Welcome to our final project demonstration video. In this video, we're going to explain about how to flash the .py image to the micro SD card, and then also to explain the overall working of our project. So in the first section is to install the .py image, which is on the .py website. So you scroll down until you find Raspberry Pi, and then you want to choose the model that you are currently using, which is right now we are using Raspberry Pi 02. And then here you just download the image by clicking the download link. So in the next section, we're gonna try to download the banana editor and also to flash the .py image that you downloaded in this section to the micro SD card. So now we're in the section 2, which is we're going to download the banana editor and also try to flash the .py image with the banana editor to the micro SD card. So first is to download the banana editor just in the banana editor website, and then just click the download editor button, and then it will be automatically downloaded to your system. So let's say I already opened the downloader, the DMG file, and then let's say right now we're going to flash the .py image to the micro SD card. The first thing that you're going to do is to flash from file. What file you're going to flash, which is the one that we just download in the first section, and then just click open, and then you want to select the target, which is your micro SD card, and then just click flash. So since I already have the image inside my micro SD card right now, so if I flash it again, it will restart again. So if you click flash, you just need to wait for it to flash, and then it should be ready to use. So in the next section, we're gonna try to how to configure the network on my campus and also at my house. Now section 3. Our teacher has specifically asked us to download the headless installation scripts on his website. So we just need to download the folder, and then the next thing we're gonna do is to open the file, which is this folder. To open this folder, and then you want to open the .py-wifi.txt.sample. So what's inside this file is the network configuration. So here at entry 0 is for our campus network, and for the other entries is just the other network that you're gonna use. So for the campus network, your TKU ID is your student ID, and we are using the 0365 from Microsoft. And then your TK pass is your student ID password. And at the other entries, you can type your home network right over here, and then the password right over here. Let's say you are done, and then you want to copy what you have added here. What you have added here to the dietpy-wifi.txt, which you can find in your microSD. So when we go over here, dietpy-wifi.txt. So what you're gonna do is just to copy what you have on the sample file, and then just copy it to the txt file, which is the file that the OS are going to use. Okay, so in the next section, we're going to explain about how to boot the system, phase 1. Okay, so now we're in section 4, which is to boot the system, phase 1. So as the teacher already explained to us, there are 2 micro USB ports on our Raspberry Pi. The one is labeled power, and then the one labeled USB. So right now you need to plug your USB cable to the port that is labeled USB, because we need both data communication and also power delivery. So in order to enable the headless installation procedure, we boot the system and revise the default setup parameters by the provided scripts. And when this phase is finished, the board will be turned off. And in the next section, we're going to explain about the boot the system, phase number 2. Okay, so now we're going to explain about the boot the system, phase number 2. So unplug and plug the USB cable to power up the board again. And in this phase, the system is booted for the initial setup. You may attach the terminal emulator to watch the serial console output. But for my case, which is I'm using MacBook, so I don't need PuTTY as my emulator, so I just need to search terminal, and then it will be ready to use. So here written that in Mac OS, the device name could be /dev/tt.usb and then asterisk. Okay, so now we're going to open terminal. And then we're going to find this specific device name. And how to do that, and then we just need to type ls, which is list, and then the name of the and then the criteria of the device that we are looking for, and then grep, which is to to get, and then I is the input, stands for input, and then USB. Oh, sorry, actually I forgot to plug the Raspberry Pi to my computer. Wait a second. After this, we should be able to see the device name. We just need to wait for a moment for it to boot up. Okay, so let's try again. Okay, now here we can see this is our device name, which is USB modem 14401. Okay, and how to access the Diet Pi screen? We're going to use screen, and then the name of our device, and then we're gonna need it for the fastest, which is, as the teacher explained the video, which is 115/200. And then we just need to press enter and then login. So the first login will be root, is the username, and the and the password should be Diet Pi. But since I already logged in and I already set the new password, I'm going to type my new password and then press enter. Okay, so now we are officially already in the Diet Pi. And in the next section, we're going to install some packages for the Apache, the MariaDB, and also the PHP. Okay, now we're in section 6, which is to download some packages. And the first thing we're gonna select is this one, Diet Pi software, which is to select optimize software for installation. Okay, so we just need to type Diet Pi software, press enter, and then here you want to select software and then press enter, and then here you want to browse software, and you just need to find the software that you're going to need, which is what I'm gonna need is the one start with LAMP and with Apache plus MariaDB and also plus PHP. Okay, so it's right over here. Yeah. Okay, so when you need to install packages, you just need to press spacebar to mark which package you're going to install. So let's say I'm going to install package number 76. I'm just gonna press my spacebar, and then it will automatically mark that specific number like that. And then we just need to go back to the main menu, okay, and then you want to go to the install and then enter. No changes have been detected, unable to start installation, which means that I already installed the package that I selected. But if this is your first time, you should be able to see the packages, and then it will ask for you to install the packages, and then you just need to click OK. Okay, that's all for installing packages. Oh, sorry. Before that, I'm going to Before that, I'm going to sudo apt update, which is to check any updates. Okay, now it is done, and then we're going to the next section, which going to how to start and how to basically start the server of our Apache and our MariaDB. Okay, so now that that we finish installing the packages, right now we're gonna try to start the Apache server. So if you already have a Apache server running, you can stop the server by typing sudo systemctl stop Apache 2, and then you can check the status by changing stop to status. So here we can see it's inactive or dead. And how do we start it again? Just type start or restart. You can also start. And now we check the status again, and now it is active and running. Okay, so in the next section we're gonna try to access the MariaDB. Okay, so we're in section 8, which is we're going to try to access the MariaDB. So the first thing is to set a secure way to access MariaDB, which is by setting a new password. So you can just type sudo mysql _secure _installation. So, and it will ask you to type your current password. And then it will ask you for many authentications, so you just need to type yes, and then yes also, and then type your new password. Okay, now we can use MariaDB. So how are we going to use MariaDB? It's just by typing sudo MariaDB. Let me try to use user roots and then the password. Enter the password. Now you are in MariaDB. So before we create database and then we create the table, the first thing we're going to do is to clone the project, our final project from our GitHub repository to the /var/www/html directory in the diet.py. Okay, so I'll see you in the next section. Okay, so in this section 9, we're going to clone the project from our repository to the .py. But before we do that, if you haven't download the credential for the GitHub, you must install it first, which is sudo apt install git. And here we're still waiting. And then there's nothing to be upgraded. So right now we're going to change the directory to the var /www/html. Okay. And the next thing you're gonna do is to sudo git clone and put your repository link. This is my repository link, and then if you press enter, it will just start the process of cloning. But since I already have the files inside this directory, I'll just skip this part. And the next step you're gonna do is to set a proper permissions to the .py, which is so the Apache can read the files inside this directory. So I just copy paste this, and we should be ready to go. And in the next section, I'm going to explain about how to create the database, how to create table, and how to select from the table, and how to use the database. Okay, so now we're in section 10. Yeah, we're in section 10. The first thing we're going to do is to sudo MariaDB -u, which is the user, root, and then -p, which is required to enter a password. So press enter, just type your password, and then you are in the MariaDB right now. And the first thing we're gonna do is to create a database. You must note that the database that you're using right now, that you're making right now, is very important because it is connected to the database, to your database.php file. So you must pay attention with naming the database, and then we click enter. And if you want to see how many databases you have, you can just show databases, and then it will list down all of the databases that is in this user. So now we're going to use the database, and the query to do that is use and then the database name. Okay, and to create a table, I already prepare a query for my project, which is create table named confessions with several column, and then the data type and also the requirement for the data. Okay, so in this case the primary key is the ID. Okay, so now if we try to select all from the table confessions, it will return nothing because we haven't inserted any data yet. But let's say you want to, let me go back first, and then let me go with enter again. Let's say you want to drop database. You just need to drop database and then the name of your database _db. Note that if you do this, you will entirely delete or drop all of the data inside the database _db or whatever the name of your database is, including all of the tables. So be careful when doing this. Okay, so in the next section I'm going to try to put some data into the database. Okay, so in this probably our last section, we're going to try put some data into the database. So we just need to go to the web browser and then type HTTP and then your IP address, which is the IP address that your diet.py is connected to. So if you're at your school, you're going to type the IP address of your school network. So this one is my home IP address, and then after I type this, I'm just gonna put HTML and then also index.html. I'm gonna press enter, and here we can try to type anything to insert data. Let's say hi or hello world. We click submit, set that confession posted, and let's try to put another data. Let's try hi and then submit. So what is the function of this direction? So it basically like a trending post, whether which one have the most likes or the most reaction. So let's say I click one on the hello world. Now you can see that the hello world is at the top of the trending. But if I click twice on the hi, it will be at the top. But now if I change 1, 2, 3 of the hello world, now the hello world is at the top of the trending. And if we try to search, let's say hi, and then it will be pop out right over here. Okay, so now we're going to see the database connection. So now we're going to use database and then to select all from our table. Okay, so here you have hello world and hi. Yes, so I think that's all from us. Thank you for listening to our final project demonstration video, and yeah, that's all.